I went the other day to a Indian takeaway. Now, I want to tell you about this story and what it has to do with you in your salon. This is an Indian takeaway slash restaurant in Terrigal in my home area, my town. And this particular building has been an Indian restaurant for since I arrived, so 12 years ago now. It's probably had maybe 10 owners, so it's doomed. It's never going to last ever, right? Because it's upstairs, it's got a tiny little door, it's very hard to see. Anyway, this particular new owner, I think I spoke to him before. I've talked to you guys back before. I went there Saturday night and I stood there. I always get there 10 minutes early purposely. I have been speaking to him. And I just watch in awe, a total awe of this guy. His English isn't great. And I'm looking around and he's probably got maybe 20, 30 tables, big 12-seaters, huge. Every single one of them this Saturday was booked out solid, had reserved on every single one of them. He does 2 sit-ins. He probably does about 100 or plus covers, which is huge. And if you stand there and watch him, he's probably got 15 staff members that are running around like busy bees before they even open the door. So if they open the door at 5 o'clock, I'm there at 10 to 5. I'm upstairs waiting purposely because I want to get there 10 minutes early, like I said. And I just watch. So he has these Gen Y, you know, the ones, the apprentices, the ones that don't do anything in your salon, maybe. He gets them to perfection. Their service is A1. Now, he does something very clever that I used to do for at least 10 or 11 years, and most of you don't do this, so I thought I'd let you know. So he's showing them the route in their client journey route all the way through his restaurant, and he gets his staff there 30 minutes early before they start work, and he spends that 30 minutes training his staff, refreshing their memory of things that could go on and things can go wrong in that night service. So it's very similar to what we used to pay our staff early. So I wanted my staff to start work at 9 o'clock, and I used to pay my staff from 8:45. Now I've gone on for 15 minutes. That gave me a chance to make sure they're dressed, make sure their makeup's on, make sure the salon's perfect, a little mini chat before we start work. And besides, I want them ready to go at 9 o'clock. I don't want them walking in 30 seconds before. So I had to pay them 15 minutes before, but that's okay because they're mine. And then I can organize my day. And anything that's happened the night before, I can have a quick chat with someone in the back room. This guy who has this restaurant, he's booked out solid, and he's always booked out. He's expensive. He's dearer than anyone else has been there before, but he has systems in place. I don't think he has one employee apart from the chef. These are just service people. I don't think he has one over the age of 18, 19. Now, these are people we can't even get to tidy their room or make their beds. He can get them to treat their clients and customers perfect, like 5 stars. And I spoke to him one day and I said, how do you do that? He says, we go through the client journey, and to stop them getting bored, they change them around. Now, I spoke to a client today, and she was saying to me how she has this new apprentice, and she actually gets her, she's like a rough diamond, and she gets her to perform really well. And what we were trying to achieve when we were talking was she worked at a cafe a few doors down, and the cafe owner was sort of saying, oh, she's not very good, she just stands there a bit like a lemon. Of course she does. Gen Y don't work like that anymore. Gen Y are excited and they need to be shown and they need to do. They're doers. They're not there to like we just stand there and watch for 12 hours a day. They're not like that. They've been brought up on computer games and they live in a society where it's actually instant. They want to be hairdressers tomorrow, not in 5 years' time. So you have to treat them, these Gen Y people. They've got all this love to give. It's your job as a leader to teach them to do their job as fast as possible. So what we're going to talk to you today was the client journey. This was the client journey I was talking to you about, how this Indian restaurant guy, he gets this client traveling through. I've been doing this for many years now. So you start off with the phone call, which is journey number one. Have you got a script of how you want your phone answered every single time that someone phones? Does everyone in the salon know what products you sell, what service you do, how long it takes, what price you actually charge, and who does what? That's a number one. That's a minimum. This is like even a first year apprentice should know that. Within the first 2 weeks of working you, they should need to know your prices and how you get on. So that is journey number one. Journey number two is the consultation. We talked the other day about the consultation is the key for referrals. It's the key to retail. It's the key to give that client some love. It's the key to make sure that client comes back every 5 to 6 weeks. It's the key to everything that goes on in your salon. This is the key. Number two, this is where you need to spend most of your time on your training. Are your consultations that good? That client I spoke to the other day that had that beautiful, beautiful week, if you remember correctly, she told me again, she went in on a Saturday morning and had a really good chat with her staff. Like a really, really good chat about the consultations, about how important it is, how it's part of the journey. It's not about an extra sell. It's part and parcel of what we do. You know, this is your client journey. This is what I call this, by the way. Nothing else but this. It's love. It's how much love you've got to give your clients. It's how much love can I give them on the phone? How much love can I give them at a consultation? How much love can I give them at the basin, or I take them through to the treatment room? These are the journeys that what you need. It's all about love. If you're in a salon that's just fast track, get them in, get them out, then this is just it's rubbish. Forget it. But most salon owners, they're destination places. We want to do time with people. We want to do life with them. We want to build them up. So when we get a client, we want to give them as much love on the telephone as we possibly can. And when I mean that is when you phone somebody up and you want to generally ask the questions, the person that answers, and this could be a first year apprentice quite easily, they've got to know their stuff and they've got to be confident when they give it. That's the key. Do you have this pattern? If not, for example, what do you need? Well, you need script for a start with. You need some script. You need your prices. You need services. You need times. These all need to be learned. Look at section one. What do I need? If I phoned my salon up today and asked a question, what would I want to know instantly? That's the key to number one. Number two, we're going to put retail in here. We're going to put RB for rebooks, as we always do. What else have we got? We can even talk about the journey. Like I say, some salon owners, they actually get their client and take them around the salon and show them. This is our color area. This is our bathroom. If you need to go to the bathroom, this is where our drinks are made here. If you want to drink, etc., etc. They show them around the salon. Make them feel like they're at home, like they're in your own house. Give them some love. And then number three section here, for a hair salon, it's going to be the wash area, regardless of whatever we do. We call it, whatever fancy word you come out with, but that's where the actual washing gets done. Have you got a script for this? Do you do your treatments, which is a great time to upsell there? Do you also educate? Is it a time to educate the client on the shampoos they use? Think about it. It's hard work, but you know what? This is what you get if you give some love to your clients. You pick each journey and you work on it. 1 week work on journey one. Train your staff each single time at your team meetings. Don't sit there and drool on about money all the time. Use it as a great education tool. The wash area. Don't forget all these need to be done. If I'm sitting in a basin and someone says to me, would you like a treatment today on my hair if I had some? But a treatment today, I want to know what's in it. I want to know why I should use it. I want to know what's it good for. How long is it going to last? How much is it going to cost me? All these things, I want it in my terms, my words. I don't want any of these fancy, fancy words that only hairdressers understand. They're no good to me. I want to know what it does for me in the real world. I go swimming in the ocean. Is it any good? That's what I want to know. Section 4, this is where we just do the cutting. This lady's not having a cut or anything. And the blow waves. This is definitely the education area. This is where you reinforce everything that you do in the consultation. This is where you show her your skill. Where should the bangs end up? Where should you kick? Where does she want the body? Has she got a bit of a chubbier face that you're trying to hide? Has she got a bit of a bigger nose and you've got a bit some height at the back? These are the things you need to figure out. Are you going to put a sweeping fringe or a full fringe? How does the hair sit? This is this thing that you can. This is where you show how good you are. This is where you walk the walk. This is where you prove what you do, which sets the foundation for everything that we're doing. And you know what? As hairdressers, we're social people, and as bosses, we say don't talk about the holidays and don't talk about the weather. But that's just what we do. Clients do want to know about your personal life. It's a fact. But the difference is you have to, again, here, if you've not got one, you need one. You need a script. You need a script of exactly what you're going to say. So what are the key points that you want your staff to bring up in this area? For me, it's like, hey, you know what? Pick 6 things and that's what I want you to do, and that's what I stick with. And with this, it's like you show them how much product they need to use that you talked in number 2. You show them how to apply it like you did in number 2. You show them exactly what the downfalls are going to be if they put too much on, how long they put it on for, how quickly they got to blow dry the hair, which angles they got to pull it out. Even if you give them the brush and the dryer and say, hey, have a go yourself, and then educate them. Spend a few minutes time on educating. This should be the haircut. You do your master thing and you do things right, and you finish it off really nicely. But education needs to be the key. You've got to educate them through here. That's the key. When you are educating them through here, you've got to be talking rebooks at the chair. When it gets to here, we're going to call this just reception, right? So this is the reception. I put a square there so you know it's reception desk. This is not the place to say, would you like some products? This is not the place to say, do you want a rebook? It's strange because I know you think it is, but it's not. Number 4 is where you do all the hard work. It's where the stylist has proven. She shows the back of the hair and tells the lady how beautiful she looks. The lady's happy and smiley, and she just reinforces, I need to see you again in 6 weeks or 7 weeks or 4 weeks, depending on what she's had done. Also, it's the time as these are the sort of products I want. If you want any of these today, speak to Tracy at reception. She'll grab them for you. The sell is done here. Yep, I'm going to put it up here, nice big words. If you can see that. That is where the sell gets done. This is where they just get bagged. Tracy, who's on reception, all she needs to say is the 3rd of March any good to you? That's it. That's done. That's the rebooks done. Also, she says, is there any of these products you want to take with you today that Debbie has recommended? Yes or no? There's no pressure because Tracy didn't do her hair. There's no pressure at all. And then, of course, number 6, on the journey. You imagine, so we call it a 5-step journey. Number 6, they've gone, they've left the salon already. Number 6 is home. It's still part of the journey because home means all the way back here to number 1 or to the telephone, and so the journey carries on. So number 6, after they've been recapped, they go to number 6. Number 6 is home hair care. How good that is, because if they look after their hair at home and they can do their hair at home, do you know what? They are going to think you're good, except for the fact is they're walking around looking gorgeous because your haircut is fantastic. They know how to blow dry because you've educated them. They've bought some products to recreate the look. They are just your walking billboard. They might be wearing a t-shirt with your name on and your salon's name on the back. That's how good a work could do if you get it done. This is also for the manager, owner, to give them some love in the meantime. We wrote this before. Love. How can you love them at home? You send them messages or you send them some newsletters. You let them still know that you're thinking about them. How did you go with your hair? We noticed you had a new look. Have you got any problems? Would you like to come in for a free blow dry and get it tried again? Give the junior the free blow dry. Junior's got something to do. She's not going to get bored in your salon. She's not going to think, oh, I'll just wash all day long. No, she's actually doing a client. And then she can sell retail, and then she thinks she's part of the team. You see? Very basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 salon journey. We did this non-stop. Master it. This will get you a high retention rate. This will also get you a high rebook rate. This will also get you a high retail rate. But it does not involve anything on here, the word sell. It does not involve anything on here as upsell. It's all about how much love you want to give the client. Master this step. Think of everything, the script you can do. Master each single section. We call it the client journey. We've been doing this client journey now for probably about 15, 16 years, actually. I think it is. I started 4 years before I came to the UK. Yeah, so about 16 years we've been doing the client journey. When I got taught this, I now teach this. This is the most basic steps you can imagine. Think about it. When I went to this Indian restaurant, I was looking around and I was watching him go through that. And the fact that I knew the steps, it made it very easy. The fact that I knew where he was taking them. The fact that you've got these steps, the big key to this is the clients know what's coming next. They know that you educate them every time on their new look. If they come all the time, the good thing that we used to do is educate them on a new look. So the same haircut. So when they go home, they can wash and blow dry they normally do, but give them something different. Hey, do you ever go out and you want a bit special? Why not try it this way? Educate them, because then they need a whole new styling product, and the fact that you're showing them your skill again, and they're not going to go else, they're not going to be bored with you. Master this client journey. This all started from me going to an Indian restaurant on Saturday night, and I was thinking, he has got this salon and he is making lots of money. He is fully booked. How many of you would want a fully booked salon? All of you, I'm sure. That's why we're here. And it's all to do with how much love you give them. He gives so much love. Like the way he talks, the way he trains his staff, he really is serious about his business. Now, if you're serious about your business, you have to get used to the fact that as a leader, it's all about teaching them and not telling them. It's all about educating them and not telling them. I'm talking about your staff now, by the way. You get them to master this journey. You now have a client that loves the journey in your salon. If your staff member leaves, they still love your journey. Very hard to go anywhere else. You know, this is very easy to see. Either go to your local restaurant and look at the journeys of a client. Picture yourself as you go through it. Take yourself out of a hair salon, so you're trying to think something a little bit different, and that's what you'll see. Anyway, there you go. That's my thoughts. Master the client journey. Systemize 1 to 5. 6, home hair care. Brings them all back again, and away it flows in this big circle. That's how you get a busy salon. Catch you later.